Oh, who's this? Looks like I've got some sort of response. Hang about, let's have a listen.
A reply to Jack 030305.
That's me! No one's ever made me a video reply before. I'm going to try to address this video reply, if I can even speak English, point by point, missing out nothing and answering every question there is. Let's have a listen.
Now, as I expected, you wouldn't answer my question.
Which question was this?
Well, where it stemmed from was that you said that guns kill people.
Well, I would say that's actually a fallacy. If I said that, I apologise. What I meant to say was bullets fired from guns kill people. But obviously people kill people with guns. But that should be self-explanatory, really.
So I see you there on a motorcycle.
That is true.
Going on a dark road and you're talking, I don't know if you're talking, well, you're probably talking into a headset, microphone or whatever. So you're saying guns kill people. So let's just say, as you was doing that video, you're driving down this road and a small child ran up in front of you.
If a small child ran out in front of me, okay.
Bike and you run over the kid.
I ran over a child on my motorbike. A child that ran out in front of me. I can see where this is going, but let's continue.
Now, as you say, guns kill people. Does that mean your bike killed that child? Or you
Oh, I think I cut him off, hang on.
killed that child?
Well, if a child had ran out in front of me while I was riding a motorbike, and I ran him over, I would probably be injured as well. So let's use a car as a better analogy. If a child ran out in front of a car that I was driving, who would have killed the child? Well, I would have killed the child, but then the child would have run out of the car, in front of the car, so it's not entirely my fault. It's certainly not the car's fault. I think it's society's fault, personally. But yes, I, Jack will have killed the child.
Or you went out one night purposely wanting to mow somebody over with your bike?
I don't think I'd go out purposely wanting to mow someone over with my bike.
Does that mean your bike killed somebody or you killed someone?
No. If I went out and purposely tried to run someone over, it would mean I'm murdering someone. So that would be me killing someone.
Who are you going to blame? Yourself or you? Yourself or the bike?
Me.
Now, you're saying that... I think compare the rates of gun murder in the US with any country that limits gun ownership.
Yep.
And tell me gun control does not work.
Go on.
Okay, well, let's look at China for a start.
Let's look at China.
Where the murder rate by the government is in its thousands, and the people are not allowed firearms.
That is true. The people are not allowed firearms, and you're going to ask why that is. I give a lesson.
Why do you think they're not allowed firearms? Work it out.
I will work it out. The reason they're not allowed firearms is because they're underneath an oppressive communist government, which appears to be democratic in its face, and that's mostly done in order to kind of fool the Chinese. But they don't really fall for it all. But yeah, I've been to China. It's a lovely place, and the government does seem very open, more open than you might think. But the reason they're not allowed guns is because it's a oppressive government. I know you're going to say, if you reply to this, that it's obvious that means repressive governments don't allow people the freedom to have guns. But yeah, let's compare some countries' homicide rates, shall we? Let's take America, like I said we should. America, murder rate, 5.0. That's per 100,000 people, 5.0. Where's China? Let's find China. If America is 5.0, the Chinese murder rate must be massive. Hang on, let's keep going. Czech Republic is a bit lower. Vietnam, that's lower than 1.94. That's not bad. I think I might have gone past China. Surely more people are murdered than that in China. Obviously, I don't know what the government murder rate is in China. I'm sure the government don't publish figures about how many people they kill themselves. Where is China? When I say where is China, I don't mean geographically, obviously. I know where China is. It's got to be here somewhere. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, Chinese murder rate, 1.2. Okay, so we've taken China as the example, and the murder rate is 1.2, and America's one is 5.0. How far do we have to go to get ahead of America? What's in front of America? Thailand, where there's a war going on, that's up there. Cuba, there's not a war going on there. But, you know, Pakistan, we know what's going on in Pakistan. Iraq, 7.3 in Iraq, where there's a war. 5.0 in America, 7.3 in Iraq. There's lots of guns in Iraq. I'm not sure what the point of this was. Basically proving that the United States has a murder rate that's almost twice China's per 100,000. China where they don't have guns, America where they do have guns. What else have we got? We're going to take America where they allow guns, places where they don't allow guns. I mean, even Israel's murder rate is 2.1. They've got terrorism there all the time. Where don't they allow guns? Belgium, 1.82. Fairly sure there's no guns there. Could be wrong though. United Kingdom, where we live, where you desperately seem to want guns, 1.28 is our murder rate. 5.0 is America. You're going to tell me gun control doesn't work? If you look at this chart, can't see that, 5.0 America. Scroll down, you'll find countries with either lots of countryside, no people in, or strict gun control laws. Scroll up, and you'll find war zones, and Russia. So yeah. So there you go. By the way, the leader in murders is El Salvador with 71. I've got no idea where New Zealand is. Not New Zealand, Mexico. It's in here somewhere. Look it up. Google. Next point, please.
Well, I'll tell you. The reason why the people of China aren't allowed firearms because they know that government will be overrun with the armed population. Remember Tiananmen Square?
Probably, yeah.
You know, and let's look at Switzerland.
Switzerland,
Now,
okay.
per capita of the population, there would be more people in Switzerland armed than the people in America.
That's very true.
Or there'd be more guns in private ownership in Switzerland than America.
That's not true. Let me tell you why. Although there are more armed people in Switzerland per capita than there are in America, you're forgetting to mention the fact that Switzerland organised their army in the way of a militia. It's a militia thing. People are put into the militia. You know, national. I'm not even using the right words. You know, national service. Basically, Swiss people do national service. But when they do national service, they are given a uniform and they are given a machine gun. You know, an M16, I believe they normally give out. And then those people keep them at home. And every year they have to go on training courses and they have to stick to various strict rules. So the guns aren't actually in private ownership. They're owned by the government and kept by the people just in case they're ever needed to be used as a working army. That's why Switzerland is actually organised as a militia rather than a proper army. Of course you know that because you like guns, so you should have, you know, if you're going to use that as an example, I'm sure you're aware of how Switzerland organises itself.
When was the last time we ever did a mass slaughter in Switzerland?
2001, there was a guy that walked into somewhere and he killed 14 people and himself. But interestingly, he didn't do it with his government gun, which he had at home. He did it with one he bought himself. I don't know why. That's the Swiss for you. They wear pyjamas most of the time.
We don't.
They eat chocolate a lot as well.
So you cannot blame the gun for what's happened.
I can pretty much blame guns for someone being able to shoot 14 people. I don't see how he could have shot 14 people without a gun. But, you know, what do I know?
Then he's saying, I'm not sure what an MI6 conspiracy involved in shooting a bunch of kids under the age of 7 would achieve. Well, that's what happened, didn't it? We had a handgun ban. That's what conspiracy was all about. To bring in more tight gun laws in the UK.
I'm not entirely sure what he means by this. But, let's carry on.
You see, I guess I'm not smart enough.
No, I'm not smart enough.
Conclusions. Well, of course you're not smart enough, or you wouldn't have said guns kill people. Like I said in the text, I have 24 years experience in gun control laws. Well, what happens in gun control and gun crime. So, how many years research have you had?
None. I formed an opinion entirely by myself.
So, like I said, I asked you, but you wouldn't answer the question. If you run somebody with your bike purposely, is it the bike's fault or your fault?
No, it's my fault.
Because you're in control of the machine, same as a gun, same as anything. No.
I don't think I have to spell out the difference between a motorbike and a weapon. Do I? No. No, surely not.
But, you're not going to answer that, are you?
I have answered it already.
Because people like you don't.
I just did.
Because when I ask you a question like that, or any of you anti-gun nuts...
Okay, let's clear this up. I'm not an anti-gun nut. I actually quite like guns. I've fired a few in my time. I did the old Lee Enfield, I fired that. SA-80, I had to go out on a range, that was good. I've even thrown a grenade. I just don't think, you should be able to keep guns in your house. Don't see what's difficult to understand about that.
You don't answer the question. So, So you're probably one of these Lucy Cope nutcases who believe...
I've got no idea who that is.
Who loves a gun control lobby and that. You want to go look at my last videos to see what she has said?
I don't care what she said.
Go have a look. Go have a look at the Susan Jones One channel.
I don't care about...
See the bullshit reply she
No!
puts out.
Don't tell me what to do.
She's the same person that said that an air gun pellet will go through a solid brick wall.
No, it won't.
You're siding with idiots like...
I'd just like to say that woman is obviously stupid.
Right. So this is my response to you. That you want to reply with answer about your motorcycle, because people like you don't. So
Generalise much? Jesus. Is it just that you don't like people that disagree with you? I've never met you and you're probably a smashing bloke. I just don't see why you would want to keep a gun, personally. But, let's carry on.
Well, there we are. That's my answer to you. Thank you for watching. You probably won't reply, but if you do reply, you'll give me a stupid answer. Oh, like the answer you said. Where is it? Let's have a look now. Because I said people should have firearms for self-protection. You then say...
Yeah.
19 hours ago, you say, and I quote, by the logic, I should be able to keep a nuclear bomb in my house so long as I only use it as a coffee table.
Yeah.
Why would you have a nuclear bomb in your house? I'm using about weapons for self-protection in the home and other places, not a nuclear fucking bomb.
Of course not.
But that's my response to you. Probably send me some other bullshit if you do respond. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
You as well. Well, that seems unfair and a bit harsh. I'm not going to... I mean, this reply certainly isn't bullshit. I'd like to say, though, he's talking about the MI6 conspiracy about Dunblane. If you don't know about Dunblane, look it up. It's pretty horrible. He's got this video where he talks about 100% proof that it's an MI6 conspiracy. And he quotes an MI6 whistleblower woman whose name I can't remember now, but it'll be in one of his videos. Bizarrely enough, he talks about her being from MI6 this, MI6 that, MI6 this. Even on the text at the bottom, the little caption at the bottom of the interview that she's in, it states there, she's not from MI6, she's from MI5. I mean, and he goes on, the files for Dunblane are closed for 100 years and you can't see them and blah blah blah. You can go to the National Archives of, Scotland and Edinburgh and look at the files. The reason there was a 100-year gagging order on it isn't because it's an MI6 conspiracy, even though the proof he has is a woman from MI5 who believes that the US government committed 9/11 in order to start a war and all that jazz. It's actually because it was an act, a surprising act of domestic violence. MI5 did an investigation into the shooter, whose name was Thomas something or other, and because MI5 did an investigation, there's information there, they automatically get the 100-year gagging order on it. But you can argue with people, I'm sure he's lovely, but we're going to have to agree to disagree on pretty much everything. I don't know why you would want a gun for self-protection at all, really. Having a gun invites people to use guns against you. The more guns there are, the more likely your gun is to get stolen and be used in a crime. But anyway, I'm going to use a full 15 minutes for this. Jesus. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1...